Welcome to
Nay.
Do it.
Channel Everyone. This is episode 2020-60405. Okay, so today we are diving into something I've been hearing a lot about, but honestly, my brain still pictures it as a secret superhero lair, the latent space. JJ, as our resident AI storyteller, can you give us the foundation? What exactly is this space? And why is it not just the words we see on the screen?
Of course, Isabel, think of it this way. When you read a sentence, you see the explicit words. The cat sat on the mat. That's the explicit space, the verbal trace, but in your mind, you're not just seeing the letters CAT, you're conjuring an image, a feeling of fur, the concept of catness. That rich, continuous web of meaning in your mind. That's much closer to what we call the latent space in an AI model. It's the internal, compressed representation of meaning, where concepts live as points and relationships in a high-dimensional landscape.
And that distinction is critical. The explicit token space is clunky, it's sequential, one word after another, it's full of linguistic redundancy. The latent space is where the model actually does its real thinking. It's more efficient, more expressive. The shift we're seeing is the recognition that language models are not just text generators. They are latent space manipulators. The text is just the output.
So the words are like the report, but the latent space is the actual meeting where all the ideas were debated. I love that. So how did we get here? What's the evolution? Was this always the plan?
Not exactly. Early models were very focused on the explicit level, predicting the next token, but researchers kept finding that to predict well, the models had to build these internal representations. It was a side effect that became the main event. The evolution has been from seeing latent space as a hidden byproduct to treating it as the primary substrate for computation. We're moving from language models to latent space engines.
And this shift solves structural limitations, discretization bottlenecks, semantic loss from forcing continuous thought into discrete words. The field is now exploding with work that operates directly in this space, bypassing the verbal trace for complex reasoning and planning.
This is where my ladder technique needs to kick in. Mechanism. How does it actually work? If it's this abstract landscape, how do we build things in it?
We can look at it through four lenses: architecture, how the model's components create and navigate the space; representation, how concepts are encoded as vectors; computation, what mathematical operations happen there; and optimization, how we train the model to shape this space usefully. It's like designing a city, its layout, how addresses work, the traffic rules, and the urban planning.
And these mechanisms unlock specific abilities. This is the most exciting part. When you compute directly in latent space, you enable things like true multi-step reasoning, internal planning before any action, building rich world models. Even perception and memory become more fluid. It supports collaboration between specialized modules and is essential for any kind of embodied AI. The ability spectrum is vast.
So it's not just for making better chat responses. It's for building a more general, flexible intelligence. The outlook, then, where is this all going? Are we looking at a whole new paradigm?
I believe so. The outlook points to latent space as a general computational paradigm. The next generation of AI systems might be designed natively for this space, with language as just one interface. The key challenges are around interpreting this space, controlling it, and ensuring its dynamics are safe and aligned with human intent.
The open challenges are significant, but the direction is clear. Consolidating this understanding is crucial. It's not just a survey of techniques, it's a foundation for the next wave. The potential for positive impact is huge, but it requires this deeper systems-level view.
Wow, from a secret lair to the foundational city of future AI. Thank you both, JJ and Jiyoung, for climbing that ladder with me today. It's a lot to process, but you've built some brilliant bridges.
Thank you, Isabel. Always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one.